मुंडिया तो बच के रही नी तू हुने हुने होई मुटियार मुंडिया तो बच के रही नी तू हुने हुने होई मुटियार मुंडिया तो बच के
Johnny Styles here with RxMuscle.com with Chris, the technician Aceto, here in lovely Dubai. It's really, really early in the morning, and we're gonna do a quick preview of the show. But there's some happenings going on here. So, Chris, tell us what happened.
Well, the big happening is that Big Ramy, the favorite son of the Middle East, he's still the favorite son, but not with a hamstring. He's torn his hamstring by all reports, and he's had to pull out of the show. And he was on the flight with us, and
he almost didn't get in.
He couldn't get in because he had a visa issue, and regardless of not having the visa issue, he could barely walk, literally. You know, I thought, oh God, some guy said, you know, I got sick before the show, I tore a hamstring. He tore a hamstring. I don't know the details, but he can barely walk 2 feet without having to stop.
Yeah, apparently he's here to please the crowd, and he's a big favorite, obviously, here, but he can barely walk. We were walking ahead, and we saw him way up in the back. Next thing I know, Dexter is looking at us like, "Where's Ramy?"
Yeah, he's out of the show. The other couple other people out of the show is
well, first thing, there was an athlete meeting that I was going to take footage of, but we couldn't get in, so there's no footage of that. And then after the meeting, we were supposed to go to the press conference, but next
only
thing
we showed up.
Yeah, only Chris and I and Roden showed up. But then again, it got canceled. Let me ask Chris what happened.
There was a last-minute email sent out that said that
there was a phone call to the room too.
Phone calls to the rooms for the athletes that said that the press conference was canceled, and the venue was canceled at the last minute.
Yes.
The venue has been completely changed only 24 hours before. It'd be like you know, Arnold Classic, Spain saying it's not at the Madrid Center. We're gonna have it in, you know, somewhere else.
Yeah, I looked it up online out of nowhere by the miracle of God, and the venue has changed. It's a completely different venue, and now we're switching gears. So I heard Ruli Winkler was nowhere to be seen, even though he was on the plane with us. It was Dexter, Sean Roden, Juan Morel, Robert Burnick, I think. It was a total of 6 competitors. 10 hours ago, the list was 10 competitors, so now we're down to 6. What's going to happen here? I mean, Dennis Wolf was supposed to be here.
Fred Smalls was supposed to be here.
Fred Smalls apparently got sick. He's not here anymore. So, you know, what would have happened if Wolf, I think Kukla is here too. Wolf doesn't want to be here anymore, so I don't know what would happen. Everybody's talking about him and Roden going at it again.
Yeah, no, everyone was wanting to see the showdown of Wolf Roden rematch, with of course Ramy thrown in there. That was the big anticipation coming to Dubai, and what everyone in all the gyms here are talking about. And the disappointment, of course, is that Ramy tore the hamstring. Wolf, you know, I don't know what happened with Wolf. He's not here. You hear tons of conflicting stories. So since I don't know, you know, the answer is we don't know why he's not here, other than he's not here. So it leaves Roden, it leaves Kuklo, it leaves
Dexter.
The Blade, Dexter, Juan Morel. He'll be in the first call out. He said, I'll never not be in the first call out again. With only 6 guys, he will. Robert Benica. Who else is on this list?
Petrokovits.
Zahir, local guy, Mulahel. And that's really it. It's a very small lineup. Probably the smallest in the IFBB history. Yeah. I would have to say, you know, becomes a shape show. Dexter and Roden with an improving Kuklo in 3rd place, and Raleigh. We have to call Super Sugar Sean Ray to find out what goes on, because Sean is always adamant when you miss a meeting, you're DQ'd.
Yes. We've got to wonder what's going to happen here.
If rules are going to be applied consistently.
We're here in Dubai, we're in a different place, but same thing happened in Brazil with Cedric McMillan, so we got to find out what happens there. In a perfect world, you have Dexter Jackson and Sean Roden. How do you think that would go down? What are the main key differences between them two?
I think they're apples and crab apples. You know, people say like apples and oranges. They're the same. What's different is Sean's got bigger legs, and at this point he's got a better V-taper than Dexter. and it'll come down to that versus, you know, the Blade looking like the Blade. You know, I mean, I see those two as the front runners with Kukla right in there, you know, third place, and Juan Morel fourth.
Well, for Chris and myself here in Dubai, we're supposed to take a bus somewhere. We're not. We're gonna go have breakfast now. Until then, we won't know what happened until tomorrow. So stay tuned to rxmuscle.com. So the camera just fell because of the wind here in the desert. So anything else you want to say?
You know, it's two things. Is that this is my first time in 20 years to Dubai, and it makes Vegas look like some type of retarded pocket of inferior architectural non-brilliance.
The buildings are insane.
They're just completely insane, and they go on forever and ever and ever. And what's even more insane is that it's beautiful here. People are friendly. It's exciting. It's cosmopolitan. And when you go to the top of the highest building in the city, which is right there, you can probably see Syria and Iraq, where it's complete chaos and Neanderthalness.
You can probably see Dave feeding the fish in New York.
See Dave back in New York feeding the fish.
Absolutely. For Chris, the technician, I'm Johnny Styles. Before the camera runs over again, rxmuscle.com.